Hello, this is Nova. Welcome to the Singer Featherweight Tip of the Month for October of 2020. I'd like to visit with you this month about this little screw. This little screw is the thumb screw that was designed to hold on the original attachments that came with your Singer Featherweight. Singer Featherweight always came with the original presser foot, that's this foot right here, and then they included 6 attachments in this little green attachment box. And those were primarily dressmaker tools, not something that most of us quilters use on a regular basis. They can be very, very useful though if you're working on a project for a granddaughter. And if you're needing information on how they work, I've got a great tool for you in my Featherweight attachment card. It details how to go through and successfully use each and every one of those attachments. So that's a great little tool for you. So that presser foot, this is the presser foot screw. It holds that presser foot on, and it also holds these attachments on. Now, as quilters, we are more likely to be needing some of these presser feet. This is an open toe foot. It is very, very useful when you are doing paper piecing. It's got that nice wide spread so you can see the lines when you're paper piecing. Makes that very handy. This is a welting foot. It's an 1/8" welting foot. Welting feet come with a different sizes, but this is an 1/8", and this is a zipper foot. You would need both of those if you were doing Susan Cleveland's piping hot binding technique. This is a stitch in the ditch foot. This is a free motion foot. You can do beautiful free motion work with that foot. And then this grouping of these 3 over here are 1/4" feet. This one is the little foot. This one is a 1/4" foot with a blade or a guide. And then this one is a metal 1/4" foot with no blade or guide, but nice red markings that are very, very visible. So all of those feet are going to be held on with this same screw, this same presser foot screw. Now, the confusion comes in when we are changing feet or when we're servicing the machine and we go to put this back, and we've taken off the faceplate as well. And when we've taken off the faceplate, we have 2 screws now that look very, very similar. Let's put the rest of that out of the way so we can kind of zero in on these 2 screws. These 2 screws are what we have when we remove the faceplate and the presser foot. And you'll notice here that they look almost identical. You can see that on this one I have put a bumper dot. Those are available on my website as well. And by the way, all those feet that I was just showing you for quilters' uses are available on my website. But these 2 look almost identical. And they're not, though. If you'll look at the back side where the threads are, you can see, if you look very, very closely, that there is a difference in the length of those threads. So they were made for different purposes, and they go in specific places. Now, if you've got a bumper dot on the one that holds on the faceplate, that's pretty easy to keep that straight. But what if they're confused to start with? How do you know which one goes where? I tell my students, I always try to give my students in my workshops mental hooks to help them remember things that they can hang on to. How can they hang on to concepts, to ideas? And I try to do that because the point of the workshops is to learn. The point of these tips is to help you learn so that you can keep things straight and benefit your machine and your sewing. So how do you know which of these 2 screws goes where? If you'll take a look at the heads of them, that's these shiny silver parts right up here, you'll notice that one of them has a large head and one of them has a small head. Do you see that? I tell my students that you can remember this by always putting the big on the bottom. The big screw, the large screw head goes on the bottom, big on the bottom. Very, very easy to remember. So you would use this larger one to attach all those original attachments and those quilter's tools as well, the presser feet that you can interchange to make life easier when you're quilting. And again, if you'll put that silicone bumper dot on the one for the faceplate, that'll help you keep them straight as well. But the big one goes on the bottom. I hope you have a great holiday season with Thanksgiving coming up, and happy stitching.